At precisely 05:18 local time, the USS Gravely's forward gun mount violently shuddered to life. Steel groaned and shifted. Crewmen froze mid-step above the churning Caribbean. The destroyer's combat net erupted with a single urgent phrase, "Condition 3, set, and man all key stations." Nobody needed an explanation. The threat was clear. 3 unidentified surface contacts were closing fast from the southwest. Their speed was rising, the formation dangerously tightening. The call signs flickered on the tactical screen. Sierra 123, flag of origin, Venezuela. On the bridge, the captain didn't raise his voice. He didn't have to. Orders rippled through the decks. Magazines were unlocked, safeties cleared, and the crew donned helmets. Below in the Combat Information Center, CIC tracked the targets closing at a breakneck 28 knots, bearing 243 and rapidly converging. The destroyer's 5-inch gun rotated just a few subtle degrees, enough to send a seismic message without firing a single round. Visual confirmation was negative. Low profiles, likely fast patrol boats. The Venezuelans were running light, possessing no heavy signatures, only speed and undeniable intent. Whoever was driving them knew exactly how to get close without crossing the line of no return. Operation Sentinel South. The presence of the USS Gravely here was no accident. For the past 2 months, U.S. destroyers and Coast Guard cutters had been patrolling the southern Caribbean under Operation Sentinel South. On paper, it was a straightforward maritime security mission aimed at disrupting drug smuggling routes tied to Venezuelan waters. In practice, it was a direct message that Washington was watching. Just 4 days earlier, U.S. Navy helicopters had intercepted 2 speedboats suspected of trafficking weapons and narcotics. One was sunk after ignoring repeated warnings. Caracas predictably called the sinking an act of aggression. The Pentagon called it law enforcement at sea. Now Venezuela's Navy was actively pushing back, testing the line between defense and provocation. The Gravely's arsenal. The USS Gravely, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, is among the most advanced surface combatants afloat. At 155 meters long, its SPY-1D radar can track over 100 targets simultaneously, while its Aegis combat system links the ship directly to U.S. and Allied aircraft overhead. This overwhelming power is precisely what makes these close encounters so dangerous. One misunderstanding and the escalation curve is almost vertical. The Venezuelan patrol craft, likely belonging to the Guardia, are fast and lightly armed. They're ideal for harassment missions. They're not designed to win a fight. They're designed to make one happen. Within U.S. Southern Command, these encounters in the gray zone, where actions fall short of actual war, are known by another chilling term, controlled friction, the kind of friction that can stay political right up until it isn't. For the sailors aboard the Gravely, the politics were 1,000 miles away. The immediate threat was less than 10 nautical miles out. Every system that matters was now alive. The 5-inch 62 caliber Mark 45 gun hummed in standby, its massive barrel locked toward the southwest. This weapon can fire 70-pound shells over 13 nautical miles, accurate enough to hit a moving speedboat. The Mark 15 Phalanx close-in weapon system, CIWS, nicknamed CIWS, spun its 6-barreled Gatling gun, ready to spit out 4,500 rounds per minute. It's the ship's last line of defense, designed to turn incoming missiles into metal dust. The sailors call it angry steel, and right now it was one bad decision away from speaking. Inside CIC, the Aegis system fused every shred of data, radar returns, sonar intercepts, and electronic intelligence into a single cohesive digital picture. Every crew member could see the same chilling information: the contact bearings, the decreasing range, the hostile vector, and the rising speed. At 05:21, the MH-60R Seahawk, callsign Razor 21, lifted from the deck, its twin engines roaring against the morning haze. Its mission orders were explicit: eyes on, no weapons hot. As the helicopter banked south, its FLIR pod locked onto the 3 Venezuelan patrol boats below. From altitude, the crew confirmed the visual profile: small, fast, running in a loose V formation. Their wakes cut the sea like white scars, engines pushing near maximum. Gravely, visual confirmation on 3 hulls. Formation steady, speed 28 knots. Razor 21 radioed back. The helicopter's sensor operator switched to thermal imaging, tracking bright silhouettes inside the cabins. 3 men at the helm, 2 midshipmen watching the destroyer intently. By 05:22, the range had closed to 5 nautical miles. Close enough for the Venezuelan crews to read the Gravely's hull number, close enough for every sailor aboard to feel the tension crawling up their spine. The bridge made the first move, a formal broadcast. Venezuelan naval vessels. This is a United States warship operating in international waters. You are closing distance at high speed. Alter course immediately. Seconds passed thick and heavy. The CIC watch officer reported, lead vessel still accelerating, 29 knots, closing to 4.8 nautical miles. The captain's tone remained level. Set visible posture. All topside systems in sightline. No targeting radars active. On deck, the Phalanx CIWS turrets shifted just enough for their massive barrels to catch the rising light. From the Venezuelan helmsman's perspective, the message was now clear, deliberate, and impossible to ignore. We see you. Don't make us prove it. A reply finally crackled through the combat net, tense and thick with accent. This is Venezuelan Navy Patrol. You are operating close to our territorial waters. Identify your mission. Venezuelan naval vessels. This is USS Gravely. We are operating legally in international waters. Maintain safe separation. The Venezuelan boats slowed slightly, dropping from 28 knots to 20, but critically they held their formation, shadowing the destroyer's starboard beam at 3.6 nautical miles. It was a dance, measured, deliberate, and dangerously close to the edge. Every sailor aboard the Gravely knew the unspoken rule. It's easier to start a war than to explain one. Under U.S. Navy policy, a ship may only use lethal force if it faces a demonstrable hostile act or clear hostile intent. A fast approach doesn't qualify. Even a radar lock might not, unless paired with a weapon signature. The Gravely held steady. Her cameras rolled, her radar tracked with centimeter precision, but her missile cells remained sealed. Restraint became the only weapon. At 05:34, the tension finally broke. The Venezuelan patrol boats began a slow turn east. No radio farewell, no final acknowledgement, just a quiet withdrawal. The kind that says, "We've made our point." The USS Gravely maintained its course, logging every second. Everything was meticulously filed and sent to U.S. Southern Command. Razor 21 lingered overhead, confirming the Venezuelan boats were rejoining formation, moving parallel to the coastline at reduced speed. This wasn't an attack, it wasn't an accident. It was something more calculated, a warning shot made of motion, not fire. Venezuelan patrol boats don't simply drift into a U.S. destroyer's path by chance. Every move in this environment carries meaning. Every response, or lack of one, rewrites the balance in the Caribbean. The confrontation has ended, but the quiet chess game continues. The next time those three boats appear on radar, they might not turn away so easily. Maybe next time someone gets too close. Maybe someone blinks first. Or maybe this subtle friction finally escalates into something louder. The message sent by the Gravely's unwavering presence, backed by its Aegis system and its angry steel, was clear, deliberate, and impossible to ignore. We see you. Don't make us prove it. If you were commanding USS Gravely, with 3 fast contacts closing and ROE limits in place, would you hold fire or show force? Drop your answer in the comments. Want to support the channel? Join the fleet for badges and priority replies. Fair wins. Coffee tastes better after a near miss.